Tony Mowbray watched Celtic lose top spot in the SPL after drawing a blank at home to Motherwell. Walter Smith had to do without AWOL defender Majid Bouguera, but Rangers still managed to beat St Johnstone. A controversial penalty award handed Hibs a win against Kilmarnock to take them 2 points off the top. Deja vu at Dundee United for Hamilton as they lost a late leveller. Andy Driver won a point at Pittodrie for Hearts as his international D-Day approaches. And Falkirk were in front against St Mirren before losing again and staying bottom. This was the 8th round of games in the Clydesdale Bank Premier League. Aberdeen against Hearts at Pittodrie. Motherwell made the trip to Celtic Park. Dundee United against Hamilton at Tannadice. Falkirk seeking a first SPL win at home to St Mirren. Hibs at home to Kilmarnock, and Rangers in Perth to play St Johnstone. Celtic surrendered pole position in the SPL when they failed to take their chances against Motherwell. Drumgannon's side have now drawn with both Old Firm teams.
This is McDonald looking for McGeady. Mata'ua Kiel is with it. No lack of pace normally from the French fullback. Couldn't match McGeady though. A moment of real danger there for Motherwell. McGeady's final delivery not the best. He just made that little step over to give himself the yard for the delivery. This is Murphy. Robbed well by Wilson. Now Brown. McGinn now at pace. It's a splendid block there by Hateley. Great defending. McGinn again looking for Robson. Another fine challenge there by Hateley, and the shot from Samaras goes over. Well, Tom Hateley doing some sterling work in defence there for Motherwell. A couple of great tackles at the edge of the box. But this was Robson going forward, and Hateley made that vital challenge on Robson. Brown has given it away straight to Humphrey. And Rutkiewicz directs that towards goal. Still alive here for Motherwell. Support required. Murphy provides it. Now Hamill. Goal kick given. Jutkiewicz blocking the clearance from Caldwell, but there was a moment of anxiety there for Artur Boric. Chris Humphrey finding space for a shot at goal. It was redirected there by Jutkiewicz, and Boric was at full stretch. Headed away by Caldwell. Now a chance of the counter there for Celtic. A lot of pace up here with McGinn. McDonald on the left, McGeady on the right. Still McGinn setting up McGeady. That's a cross for McDonald. Great save by Ruddy. He's offside though, McDonald, but what an outstanding save by John Ruddy that was. Wouldn't have counted, but it doesn't take anything away from the quality of the save. All he had in mind was making the save. This is McGeady. Well, he's not offside. It's a bad call. He was in line. Strong tackle by Forbes that breaks kindly for Celtic to Brown. This is Samaras. Options in the middle. One of them is McGinn with lots of space and time. What a chance. The best chance, I think, of the first half. Well, he's already shown he's not most comfortable when the ball's in the air. This is good play though by Celtic. Samaras playing that right across there to the head of McGinn. He really had a great chance there to bury that. That's through for Brown. He couldn't control it on the run. Difficult ball for Brown. Came over the head of Scott McDonald. Not at all easy. He would have been in the clear had he been able to get a good touch on this first time. Unable to do so. Celtic coming again. That's McGinn. Another fine save from Ruddy. Well, Motherwell under some pressure here at the start of the second half. And Niall McGinn forcing Ruddy to make a good save, beating that away to safety. There's a half chance there. Still Murphy. Now he's found Humphrey. Jutkiewicz is there. That's a very good challenge by Caldwell. A vital challenge at that by Gary Caldwell. Boric has taken a knock. Heavy challenge by Robson. That's a foul. Jamie Murphy did so well setting this up for Humphrey. That's a very dangerous ball. Jutkiewicz. Jersey pull there, in fact, at the same time. It was interesting. But Murphy doing well, and a very brave block made by Caldwell. Here is McDonald. Well, he engineered that opportunity for himself very well indeed, Scott McDonald. Kept real composure. Stepped away here from Reynolds, who slipped at the vital moment. And steering that beyond Ruddy and beyond the far post. The attacks are relentless now from Celtic. That was the best chance of them all. No wonder Scott McDonald hides his head. The brilliant headed flick on there by Sean Maloney. This was terrific. It was tailor-made to be headed home. And Motherwell survive.
Walter Smith was minus Majid Bouguera at Perth, not back from international duty. Derek McInnes hoping his St Johnstone team could do some damage against his old side.
Here's the pacey Samuel. Giving McCulloch the slip. It's a super ball! And off the post. Oh, what a start here by St Johnstone.
And what they've got here is they've got the central striker, Colin Samuel, delivering in from a wide position. And there you have a midfielder getting himself in the box, and Martin Hardy. And that's what St Johnstone look to do.
Anderson. St Johnstone trying to build, and Colin Samuel onside here. Doesn't have any support, he might not need any support. Coolly finished off by Colin Samuel. And St Johnstone are rewarded for an excellent start to this game.
Well, you've got to say the warning was there from Colin Samuel early in the game. His intent, for all intent and purposes, is to spin in behind. Now, to try and step out here, Rangers, it's extremely poor defending. It's not an offside trap. It's nowhere near it. He just makes a lovely little run in behind. Nice little slip pass straight through to him. He's composed. The angle's against him. Alan McGregor's exposed. Lovely little finish.
Here's Boyd. Billy for handball. Willie Collum thinking about it for a second or two. And then deciding to point to the corner flag. Give me the judge.
Yeah, he's giving a corner. No. You're not going to get a penalty for that.
Rangers, of course, got themselves to within a point of top spot as a result of their win in the Old Firm derby. Sasha Papac showing a bit of adventure. And Kyle Lafferty. Here's Kevin Thompson. And Boyd doesn't miss from there. Chris Boyd knows where the goal is. And Rangers are level in Perth with 5 minutes to go to half-time.
Well, it's Chris Boyd all over, isn't it? You know, poaching about that area. St Johnstone don't deal with it after a good run from Papac. They've got plenty of bodies back there. Deflection off Anderson, who tries to clear it, doesn't make a particularly good job of it. And there's your main striker, Boyd, the goal scorer, who does nothing else. And there's no doubt about that. And the movement from the front to Boyd and Lafferty has been poor.
Mackay feeding Samuel. Oh, it's a splendid ball. Right onto the head of Davidson.
Well, it's an absolute peach of a ball in here, and the young lad Davidson, who we've spoken about at length in this game already, is prepared to get forward every time from midfield.
Lafferty, dribbling away. Kyle Lafferty. And again, no understanding between the two strikers, Lafferty and Boyd.
Well, you know, he's got to be such a frustrating player because this part is excellent. He's got two players against him, he's got nowhere to go, and he does brilliantly. And then the nose starts to bleed, he starts to panic.
Disguised that one, Maurice. It's fallen kindly for Colin Samuel. Oh, ferocious effort. And McGregor did well to hang on to it.
Well, at least he watched the keeper here, but I think if you look in the box again, you've got two players coming in, midfielders again.
Smith. And it's Papac trying to place it. Sasha Papac is the unlikely goal-scoring hero for Rangers.
Well, you've got to say it's a cracking goal. There have been 2 periods in this game, St Johnstone, where they've switched off. One was for the Boyd goal, and then here they've got enough bodies back. Don't get enough pressure on Sasha Papac here. They get to him too late. I think it's Dave Mackay's blinding Alan Main a little bit.
Well, possibilities here for St Johnstone. Maurice! And he really let rip. Pure connection.
Yeah, it does well here in all fairness because it drops out with a bit of snow on it. Very, very high. Again, I mean, they've got players free at the back post. McGregor does well.
Hibs are just 2 points off the top of the table after having their patience tested to the limit against Kilmarnock at Easter Road. The only goal of the game came 6 minutes from the end. Killie could have scored 4 minutes from kick-off when Fraser Wright's header was helped onto the post by Danny Invincible. Connor Salmon seemed certain to net the rebound, but Hibs keeper Graham Stack scrambled across to save with his right boot and keep the scoreline blank. Invincible put his back into it here to stop Hibs grabbing the lead. Kilmarnock went to sleep when the ball found its way back to Merwin Zimama, and but for Invincible's intervention, this could have broken the deadlock. No pressure on the ball whatsoever from Jim Jeffries' team, and lucky to escape going a goal behind. Another corner, another pressure point for Kilmarnock. Benji's header hit the net on 71 minutes, but the whistle had already gone. Mark Brown, the Killie keeper, bundled over by a combination of Chris Hogg and Sol Bamba. No goal. The pressure from Hibs was building in the closing stages. From Kevin McBride's cross, Derek Wiarden was narrowly off target with this half volley. The Hibs fans beginning to wonder if they'd have to settle for a point. Another close thing coming up as John Hughes' team piled forward in search of a winning goal. Zimama's cross set up Wiarden with another sight of goal, but Brown got in the way of the Hibs striker's latest effort. The home team still to turn their second half superiority into a lead. The match ended with 2 penalty appeals. The first one for handball against Kilmarnock's Jamie Hamill seemed to be of the stick-on variety. Referee Craig Thompson thought not. But when Invincible sloppily surrendered possession and Zimama fired a shot goalwards, the referee reckoned Benji's theatrical tumble after a minor brush with Gavin Skelton was worthy of a spot kick. Kilmarnock thought Thompson had been conned, and you can see why. Contact minimal. If Benji felt guilty, he didn't show it. A perfect penalty, which Brown didn't get near. An 84th minute winner for Hibs to stay in touch with the old firm. Hamilton can't quite believe they suffered a repeat of what happened at Tannadice last season. 3 points reduced to 1 by a Dundee United late show. By Craig Levine's calculations, United had 11 players unavailable due to a variety of circumstances, but they still managed to exert some first half pressure. This was Mogaro Gomes encouraged to have a long-range crack at goal. It was actually a decent save by Thomas Tcherney as the ball swerved through the air. This was a half chance for Akis, James Wesolowski working the opening, and from his cutback, Marco Paixão should have done better than fire high and wide. Nicky Weaver in the United goal, untroubled, goalless at half-time. Paixão came close to catching Weaver out with the second half set piece, the on-loan goalie off his line and the Portuguese striker's free kick bouncing off the top of the bar. Hamilton went ahead with a goal which didn't so much have a hint of offside about it, more a certainty that this should have been ruled out by an assistant referee's flag. Michael-Antoine Courier wasn't complaining. Paixão got the first touch on James MacArthur's cross. He was onside when the ball was played in. The goal scorer was a good yard offside. United felt cheated to be a goal down. They were starting to think this wasn't their day when from a Gomes free kick, Andy Shala headed against the post, and in the melee which followed, Darren Dodds hooked a shot against the bar. An amazing double escape for Akis as United turned up the heat. Tcherney twice beaten, but twice grateful to the frame of his goal for keeping out first Shala and then Dodds. Hamilton were having to withstand relentless Dundee United pressure in the closing minutes, and Mark Fotheringham was painfully close to finding the net. A clever side foot effort which almost grazed the outside of the post. The Tangerine onslaught on the Akis goal finally paid off in the 93rd minute. Damian Castelnuovo was allowed to get a cross in from the byline, and here's what you call attacking the ball from Gary Kenneth. A crashing header to pick up a point for United when all hope seemed gone. The home team will describe this as a last gasp leveller. Hamilton will have other words for it. Deja vu at Dundee United. Aberdeen continue to give youth its chance. These two are teenagers. In the Hearts lineup, Andy Driver with a decision to make on his international future. Back with Craig Thompson, plenty of time for the cross, in for Obua, good touch, good chance, and his shot bouncing just wide. He got a little half yard there and an opportunity to break the deadlock. Peter Pollitt looking better for Aberdeen with each passing game. First time from Mulgrew. Here's Michael Payton, palmed away by Balloch, but Lee Miller scores. What a week for the Aberdeen striker, a Scotland cap in Japan, and that is his first goal. Ahead against Hearts. Balloch got his hands to the Payton cross, but all he could do was push it in the direction of Miller, and that was 1-0. Set piece chance, it's Fraser Fivey, and that's back off the post from the teenager, and what a chance on the rebound for Pollitt. Falling very invitingly on his right foot, and it was sliced way wide of target. Hearts looking for some kind of response. That's a mistake by Stuart Duff, which offers a glimmer of opportunity to Christian Nade. Andy Driver unmarked, it's 1-1. In a week that's been dominated by talk of whether he will switch his international allegiance from England to Scotland, it's Driver almost inevitably who knocks in the equaliser at Pittodrie. It's a clinical finish for 1-1. Set piece chance for Aberdeen, and Lee Miller had a massive opportunity right in front of goal to score again. He's waited long enough for his first goal of the campaign, and this, you would imagine, should have been number 2. Frustration for Lee Miller. Here comes the corner kick. There's Fivey, cleared by David Obua in the 6-yard box, as the 16-year-old Fivey powered this in on goal. Obua in the way. Craig Thompson's corner. Bouzid! What a save by Jamie Landfield. Something special from the Aberdeen goalkeeper to keep his team on level terms. Here's Driver. Down the right hand side. Threatening again. Playing the 1-2 with Nade. Driver's cross. Obua must score! What a miss! And that will need some explaining away by the Ugandan international midfielder. Set up on a plate for him, had to score surely, and that was well wide. Uncertain handling from Langfield, in from Nade. Obua had a chance, and again Goncalves had a swing at it. Amazing pressure inside the Aberdeen penalty box, and finally thumped over the top. Chances coming for Hearts in quick succession after the overhead kick from Nade, but they just couldn't find a way past the Aberdeen rear guard. It stays at 1-1. 8 games gone now, and Falkirk are still searching for their first win of the SPL season. St Mirren are into double figures after back-to-back victories. Falkirk were in front 10 minutes into the second half when, from Ryan Flynn's corner, substitute Alex MacDonald was as surprised as anyone that his first touch header sneaked in. Saints couldn't deal with it. Firstly, it evaded Paul Gallagher's flailing fingertips, then off Lee Mayr's knee onto the underside of the bar and in. But the Bairns aren't bottom of the league by accident, and they made a big contribution themselves to St Mirren's equaliser. Handing possession back to Andy Dorman, Billy Memmott miscued his attempt on goal, and Craig Dargo scored from the tightest of angles. 2 goals in 2 games from Dargo, both a bit special. A great bit of skill here to flick the ball back in when it seemed the chance had gone. Falkirk were flapping now and conceded again 4 minutes later. This time Dargo, the creator, injured as he played in the cross. Olejnik saved Dorman's header, but his defence didn't give him great backup, and Memmott was able to tap home St Mirren's second goal. Falkirk's frailties brutally exposed again, and 15 minutes after taking the lead, they found themselves 2-1 down. It finished 3-1, another short corner, a couple of minutes from time, and another defensive shambles. Dorman's cross and Olejnik's Superman-style leap from goal only succeeded in setting up Tom Brighton for his first St Mirren goal. Again, plenty of pale blue shirts in the box, but none of them able to deal with the danger. And Falkirk are installing themselves as early season favourites for relegation. The full SPL story: Celtic were knocked off the top of the table after a goalless draw at home to Motherwell. Rangers gave thanks to an unlikely hero, Sasa Papac, the match winner at St Johnstone, and his team are league leaders. Benji won the late penalty and scored it himself to put Hibs within 2 points of top spot. A stoppage time equaliser for Gary Kenneth and Dundee United just as Hamilton seemed set to win at Tannadice. Andy Driver took his mind off his nationality dilemma with the goal which won Hearts a point at Pittodrie. And Falkirk are 8 games without a win in the SPL after losing 3-1 at home to St Mirren. 1-1 it was at Pittodrie between Aberdeen and Hearts, a frustrating day for Celtic as Motherwell picked up a point. Dundee United's late equaliser salvaged a point against Hamilton. Falkirk still haven't won, throwing away the lead against St Mirren. Hibs beat Kilmarnock with 6 minutes to go at Easter Road, 7 minutes left at St Johnstone when Rangers got the win they wanted. It takes them back to the top of the Clydesdale Bank Premier League, a point better off than Celtic. Hibs are just 2 points off the lead. Dundee United and Motherwell are a further 3 back. Aberdeen and St Mirren have 11 points. Hearts are on 8. Kilmarnock and St Johnstone on 6. Hamilton 5. Falkirk bottom on 3. These are the next 6 games at Pittodrie, the meeting of North East rivals Aberdeen and Dundee United. Falkirk try again at Tynecastle for a win. St Johnstone at Rugby Park. Hibs will be tough opposition for Rangers at Ibrox. St Mirren at home to Motherwell, and Celtic go to New Douglas Park to face Hamilton. All that action coming away next time.